Yo, what's up? We're in beautiful Pasadena, California to film, to work with, to get enlightened by Master Kenneth Edwards from Shantung Kung Fu, Eagle Claw style. So before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe. And do me a favor, comment. What do you think about Eagle Claw? Let us know. Master Kenneth Edwards is a legend in this field, so we're excited about training.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
Yes, this is it. Let's go.
Let's go. Today we have a special guest. I'm Sifu Gus, that's Master Ron, and our special guest is Master Kenneth Edwards. So excited having you on the show today.
Thank you.
And you know, and we want to know about you, man. We want to know, our crew want to know about you. So give us some Sifu history.
At age 7, I started, my first system was of course Taekwondo, because during that time, that was all that was available. And then from there, I studied Ishinryu Karate, Tang Sudo, Wallam Tam Toi Northern Praying Mantis System under Grandmaster Chanpoi, until I met Grandmaster Sum Long out of New York City for the Northern Eagle Claw system, and that was it.
What led you to the decision of the Shantung, the style that you stuck with and fell in love with?
The practicality. For the Northern Eagle Claw system, when I became a student of Sifu Shamlong, he would teach the forms, and then he would break it down and just strip it. And one of his sayings was, he would always say to us, to the students, Eagle Claw forms very beautiful, very elegant, jump kicks, acrobats. He said, but when Eagle Claw is applied, it's not pretty. It's primal.
Right.
There's this, that the Northern Eagle Claw system was a military style. And anyone who's been in the military, they're not there to shake your hand. When it's time for combat, it's primal. And that's when I was amazed. I was fascinated with him, because he could teach, and then he'd break it down. Primal, you go, this is a man that can fight. And of course, he was from Hong Kong, he was from the streets. He applied it. So he would sit there and go, you know, and that's what really amazed me with him. And I was like, this is the guy I want to follow. I want someone who has that knowledge, but at the same time, and he would even say, you know, this is the form. The form has thousands of techniques in this form, but it's up to you to practice and extract them. Extract them. Have your student attack. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, because each one of us will make. I do Eagle Claw. I'm small, so of course, one of my things, I'm super flexible. So I'm a little guy. My advantage always been kicker, because I know if I'm going against a guy, I can't stand there and shrug it out. I can't shrug it out, but if I weaken him with some leg kicks, then I have a. So you know, for any system you're learning, you're going to have to eventually tailor it to fit you, to fit your body. And sometimes instructors, students don't understand, and even instructors, they try to fight like their instructors. Like, you can't. I mean, if your instructor is 6'4", built like a rock, and you're it's not going to happen. It's not.
You pick that house up and you put it over there, like,
exactly.
You know, let's move on to the fun stuff. We're gonna continue picking this great man's brain, but let's just do it while playing. All right, let's go next. Now let's show what's Sifu Kenneth Edwards' favorite combat stuff for the Eagle Claw system. So
most of the time, what I like to do, one of my favorites that I always teach students is right to the eardrum. With the open palm, simplicity, strike the eardrum, because once you hit the eardrum solid, we've all had an earache, this will rupture the eardrum. And what I teach my students, as soon as you hit the eye sockets, they take it and stick the thumb right in the eye. In the fight. That's Eagle Claw. And in traditional Eagle Claw, you'll see this in the forms a lot. Kick, you see twisting claw, striking the eardrum. But why not hit the eardrum and put the thumb in the socket? That's it.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. So it's still classical, but I'm bringing it where it's just automatic. Hey man, and hard as you can, hit, stick it right in. That's the fight. Because my feeling towards self-defense, I always joke with my students, I'm like, if you're fighting for over 10 minutes, you guys know what you're doing. Just stop and look at a beer together.
Right. Just leave.
Yeah, just leave.
That's a long fight.
So mine is, and I always explain to students, in Eagle Claw we have all the joint locks, but the reality is, in order for me to really make this work, if I'm squaring off with this guy in a real fight, it's gotta be some of that. You gotta, some of that, then you can seal the breath and lock.
That's called putting hands on it.
Putting hands. Heal. You know, and And so that's what, the most important thing is like the traditional system work is just that we have to get back down to the bare essence and just strip it. The material is there in the forms. The forms are like an encyclopedia of knowledge, but now it's like a cookbook. You can have a cookbook all day long, but if you don't get in that kitchen
and make it work.
It's not. You sit there and you go, okay, I put too much oregano. Let me add a little bit of this, let me add a little bit. It's the same thing with traditional martial arts, being able to take it and say, oh, okay, you look at most traditional kung fu systems, we have talbo, like the stealing stance, where you're stepping this way. Well, what's really a talbo, when I teach my student, you're doing one of the eight basic stances, talbo, looking on the shoulder, what's really a talbo is this. Stump the knee and fall all the way through. That's it. Using that basic stance, okay, man, and wow, and you step up. That's it. And that's what we have to do is just go back to the bare essence. And again, like I've said, like a broken record, Muay Thai, always the low round.
Oh, right.
That's in all the Kung Fu systems.
Right.
But a lot of times traditional, if you teach a low kick, well, that's more like street fighting.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Hello. Just in case you're not sure, what we're saying is Kung Fu is street fighting.
Street fighting, yeah. Kung Fu is street fighting. And when you think about the traditional Chinese martial art, they've been using this stuff from the beginning of time in wars after wars after wars.
That's why I don't accept when someone goes, well, I never learned how to fight. I'm like, well, come to King Kong Pong. Or ask your instructor to really help you down that road with that. Because it's important to understand.
Yes.
Because there's some people who, I get it. We live in a different time now. And the reality is you might need that portal to your combat because that extracting information is important from your form.
And I mean, even within the Chinese community, it's like when I was with Sifu Gus, I was fascinated with him when I first saw him in his group. I was like, that's how it should be done. They're taking this traditional system, but when they're teaching their students how to apply it, it fits 2022. Right. Other Master Don Hamby, traditional Hungar instructor, but when he's teaching the student, it's for the streets. So all of these top masters are able to look at this very traditional and still keep the traditional system being passed on, but they know how to say, okay, now let me take it apart and now teach you how to apply it for 2022.
So this is Ron Shao, Gus Gates, and Sifu Kenny Edwards, KKP.